Yes, you say English language is overrated.
It is.
This is our English language.
What would they do for now? Like,
Our official language, the lingua franca.
Let's go there.
Why exactly?
So this is it. A young man came to my house many years ago. His uncle had returned from England and was staying with me. He had come to see him to ask for money to buy a new engine for his taxi car. He ran a taxi business.
Okay.
I knew this guy when he was much younger, and he was brilliant. So here was I like, hey, why are you driving taxi? I knew you. You were smart. Why did you go to school? Why didn't you become a lawyer or something? I said, I didn't go to school. I gave up on that. What happened? He said, I wanted to study law. First of all, I was struggling. I had 4 credit. I didn't have 5 credit. But most importantly was I couldn't pass English language. And I kept failing English. After a while, my dad said, you can't take that extra price on anymore. And so I had to forget about education. And here I am. I said, I don't understand. You couldn't pass English language. He said, yes. I said, okay, wait. Which subject did you pass? He said, he passed economics, government, and I think commerce or something. I said, okay. Which language did you use to pass those other subjects? Did you write the economics with Yoruba? No. Did you write the government with Yoruba? You wrote it with English and you passed. Okay, so question to myself now. It means when the examiner is marking this boy's paper, it's not testing the use of English. It's testing the technicality of English. Because if it's testing the use of English, our boy can speak enough English to pass 3 other subjects with the same English, right? And he passed in flying colors. So why couldn't he pass the English language that he used to pass 3 other subjects? It means that what the examiner is testing is whether, no matter how much language you can speak, if you can't tell the difference between a clause and a phrase, between a pronoun and an adjective, you are not going to pass. The bigger question I ask myself is, so what is the goal of lingua franca? Is it communication or sophistication? Because if it is communication, our boy could communicate enough to pass 3 other subjects, right? So it means that if it's communication, and I say to you, I'm going to Lagos tomorrow. Please, do you understand that?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I've passed. I should pass. That is the goal of lingua franca. If you say no, you cannot say I'm going to Lagos, then you won't get a job. Then you are persecuting me. You are persecuting me beyond the definition of your lingua franca. It means that lingua franca is about sophistication, not communication. It means that no matter how clearly you can understand me, if I fail the test of technicality of the use of that English, I will still not get the attention and the resources and the acceptance my individuality deserves. Meaning that if I go for an interview and I say, I'm come from Ogun State, I will lose the job. Even if I'm the best thinker in the room. I will fail the test of container, even if my content is correct. Even if my quality of thinking is correct, I can't even marry the girl of my dreams. Because if I go to her house on Sunday morning and the other day say, where are you taking her? I say, well, we are going to church. I say, sorry, excuse me. You are going to church? Except the man is also a church speaking, so the sympathetic regional. He will tell this girl, you have not found your husband though. Right? Now, I could be the best thinker in town. I could be the most loving guy in town. I could pace the woman, help her with her emotions, guide her in her career more than anybody could. But because I failed the technicality of English, just because I cannot say, I am coming, and I say, I'm come go, and then you understand me. Let's expand that. Let's expand that. So, pidgin is not an embarrassment. Pidgin, there's pidgin French, there's pidgin English, there's pidgin Yoruba, there's pidgin Igbo, there's pidgin Hausa, there's pidgin in every language. Pidgin is the proof of a people's struggle with an original language. Pidgin is the proof of a people's struggle with an original language. The best coaches in the world don't speak good English. I hope you have noticed. From Jose Mourinho to Pep Guardiola, to Jurgen Klopp, to all of them, they speak bad English. Yeah, they train Englishmen. And they win all the competitions in the world. Because everybody is focused on communication. If Westerhoff, one of the most successful Super Eagles coaches, this is how he talks. Tomorrow we win, Yakini is called. That's how he talks. But we get him. Do you know that a Gary seller in Benin speaks better English than a Chinese professor? But the Chinese professor has made his own shoes. He has made his own car. He has made his own plane. He has made his own instruments for expressing himself every day. We are busy judging the Gari woman by a pidgin struggle, and she cannot advance. Think about it. The 4 subjects of development in the world is mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology. Those subjects make everything. Every other subject is trying to sell it, promote it, spread it, defend it, protect it, whether you call it law, accounting. But the subjects that make is physics, chemistry, biology, maths. You see those countries that you honor, those countries we praise, America, Japan, they learned those subjects in their language.
Yes.
The Chinese learned it in Mandarin. Japanese learn it in their own language. The French learn it in French. The Germans speak German.
Russians.
Have you thought about it? That the most prosperous countries in the world speak one language? The poorest countries in the world have many. Because we are busy trying to master another person's language. Now, let's be clear. It's not my fault that I cannot speak English. It's not, neither did I choose it. I am an Ijebu man. If I say Mofe Malo instead of Mofe Malo, which is Yoruba, if I say Mofe Malo, I'm a Ras man. Because I cannot speak Yoruba well, which is who I am made to
Your
be.
mother tongue.
If I say I'm go, I'm not an Englishman. You should understand that I'm not an Englishman. You can't judge me as a Yoruba man by the standard of an Englishman. Now, you cannot, because I'm not an Englishman. I can't marry the girl of my dreams. I cannot company with the people that I want to be with in society just because I fail the standard of another man's language, not my own. I speak Yoruba very well. I speak, you speak Igbo very well. You speak Hausa very well, right? But you don't speak English very well. And that is fine. If you say we have a lingua franca, let's focus on communication, not sophistication, right? So English language for me is overrated because we are insisting that the perfection of it will be a standard of progress in our own society. And the Englishman has not held the Chinese to that standard. The English country has not held the French to that standard.
I swear!
He has not held anybody to that standard. We are the ones holding ourselves to that standard. The Englishman is not even holding us to that standard. Let me tell you something. If you say, I'm in charge of the program, I'm the one in charge. If you say it in Lagos to a beautiful girl, she's going to look down on you.
Yes, but if you say it outside.
But if you're in America, you will see a lawyer.
Yes.
Well-educated lawyer. Went to Harvard. Her husband is Nigerian or Ghanaian. He will say in charge. Because she didn't see it as being lower in society or being fake or being weak or being ras. She sees it as normal challenge of English.
Yes.
Now you see Nigerians in Chicago who will say Chicago because they are wrestling she. Meanwhile, Chicago is Chicago. You don't say Chicago. It's not Chicago. It's Chicago. It's Chicago. It's SHI. But our own mind, she is embarrassment. So we must not say Chicago. We must say Chicago. So you see them again, Chicago. Wrestling with the weight that English language has placed on them. Now, if all of us are in this room and we are communicating, the ideas that we fly, just because somebody speaks good English, a part of us says is better. A part of us says we should listen more to him. A part of us says is superior, right? Have you noticed that anybody speaking either English in a British accent or American accent, when they are teaching, they just sound deep. At times when they are saying it's so watery, so elementary, I'm like, everybody say, ooh, they're not responding to the depth. They are responding to the container, not the content. Right? And I see that every day. And you see people, if you are in a room with girls, with boys, and you say, I'm go. People will look down on you.
To laugh at you.
It doesn't matter if you are the best thinker in the room. Just because you failed that standard of that container, they think that they are better than you. So I have to graduate out of that. And I used to be that myself. But I used to say, no, this is not fair. I can't hold myself to that standard. I can't allow anybody around me to be held to that standard. So our first response is not to mock people because they cannot speak good English. If we are going to mock people at all, mock them that they cannot speak their own native language. Right? So what about that? Now, what am I saying, PK? Are you now saying that we should cancel English language? No, I think it's too late. 60 years of adopting another man's language is enough to define our reality. It's fine. What I'm saying is, it should not be a determinant of progress in our country. So what does that mean? People can go and learn English in school. it should not be part of our grading. Meaning that we are not sending you to learn English to be a master of English. We are sending you to learn English to say enough for us to communicate. The pidgin version, throw any Nigerian, any foreigner to anywhere in Nigeria, any market, they will buy and sell and go. Go and take a German today, raw German, throw him in the Nigerian market in Kalagu. He will go there with pidgin English to pidgin English. They will understand each other. They will buy, they will sell, and they will go. So we can focus on our struggle with another man's language if we honor communication. The same goals will be achieved, even better. That means that a lot of mechanics, have you gone to a mechanic workshop? You are looking at the engine. You are looking at him doing everything, and he's still cheating you. And you can't see what he's doing there. You will look at him, watch everything, he will still cheat you. The intelligence you didn't allow him to express because you couldn't pass an English and go on to be your best engineer is what he's still using to cheat you in that place, despite all your education. There are talents who are wasting out there. Do you know how many people could not advance their education because they could not pass the test of English language? Do you know how many people settled for less just because they didn't have the privilege of growing up in a home where they were reading comics from age 2, they were watching movies from age 3, and all of that? Just because they have the privilege of attending one grammar school somewhere in the village where the English teacher taught them your English with Yoruba, and somebody else attended, some private school in Lagos who had been exposed early, and that both of them is the same thing that happened way back when they said, if your hand cannot touch your ear, you're not ready to go. You are not going to go to school. Yes. Imagine that your dad is tall, your mom is short, and you came and you picked after your mom's gene, and you were short. And your younger brother came and picked after that, he will go to school before you. Who chose that kind of standard? A standard that is an weakness or reality of nature, not of intelligence. But somebody chose it. That's the same way they have chosen English language as a determinant of progress. So what do you think we should do? So that I don't think we are just criticizing. I'll tell them what they think we should do. I think that right now it's too late to cancel English language. I think English should not be part of our grading at any level. It should be a compulsory subject. It should be judged by classroom attendance. And that's it. Number 3, there should be English language centers in every local government that is teaching adults and children and anybody a form of English enough for them to communicate. 3, our key languages should be made compulsory and we should be graded by it. And that we should be masters of our own. Our professors of language, of linguistics in the universities should be taxed to give us physics textbooks in Yoruba, in Igbo, in Hausa, to give us a chance, because most of us don't think in our native languages anymore. I don't think in Yoruba, I think in English. One day I was invited to a TV station where they were speaking Yoruba, and I was confident I would speak. And they said, we'll talk about success, growth. I said, I will come. I'm a Yoruba man. I went there. The first question, I wanted to start. I couldn't because I had to put English language.
Yes.
So Tebari idea. Say what's going on. I wanted to start again. So Sherry, you can't believe it. They canceled the show. It was an embarrassment. No, I couldn't speak Yoruba. I couldn't go 4-5 words without slotting in English language. And it's a purely Yoruba show. It was an embarrassment. I left that place with a thought. I've lost my ability to think in Yoruba because you can't speak if you don't think in the language.
Yes.
The reason why you don't speak French is because you don't think in French. If you can think in French, you will speak French. So I don't even have that anymore. So it means my wife, my children cannot enjoy my best thoughts because my nature is compromised. There's a reason why I was born there, right? So on many levels, when you look at it, we should absorb English language as part of the instruments we have used to create community in our nation and blend diversity. It should not be a determinant of progress.
The funny thing is one of the best players in the world, Lionel Messi. So Lionel Messi, what do you think? What do you think? Another person go first interpret the question to him. Go say, okay, Palotuti.
But give him the ball.
Give him the ball.
You know, say no be my
genius.
Give him the ball.
That's the genius be that.
We make him the best in the world.
You know, say we talk from the beginning, say now changing the rules. They don't put rules, say live by this. But it gets is where we say if you know him, it go there different. And I hope that this episode will be a catalyst to that change that would make you accelerate geometrically to Olympian heights. Dr. Lakule, thank you so much.
Say it in Igbo. Say it in Igbo. Say it in Yoruba. Say it in Yoruba.
And so let me say it in Igbo. In Igbo, I will just say, Uka Agbasago.
Say it in Yoruba.
Church has ended.
So say it in Yoruba. All this is where you talk now. Wait, from the beginning to the end, the Olympian Kinika.
No fit.
Say it in Yoruba.
If I can't say it for Yoruba, you can't be like, I know if say it for Igbo.
I talk for Yoruba. Me, I go talk for Igbo.
For Yoruba. So, gbogbo nǹkan tá ti gbọ́ ní Ìbà yín sìn. Lágbára Ọlọ́run ọba á gbé wa lọ sí ipò tó yẹ pé táwọn èèyàn bá wò wá wọ́n wò pé a ti débi tó yẹ pé ó yẹ ká dé. Ó yá say it in Igbo.
He didn't even say God will help us.
God will help us.
Olympic.
So if you are going to the Olympia, who controls the Olympia? It's God now. Ó yá say it in Igbo.
Ihe niile anyị nụgo na mgbede a. Ọwụ okwukwe m mechie ọgọ nọ dị. Ọwụ okwukwe m na